Hello, good morning everyone. It's been a while, it's been 4 months since I last did a last video. So, and by request from a few of my subscribers that with what's been happening in the markets recently, I should do one and give you my take on it. Right, well the last time I did a video was the 23rd of July. And looking at my research, the gold price was at $15.26 and the Bitcoin price was at $24,815. Quite smugly now, it's the 6th of December now, the gold price is at £1,605, up 1.62%, and the Bitcoin price is astonishingly up at 44,162, which is a $20,000 increase in 6 months. That's mad. I mean, I said the price was going to go up, but that is, the rate of climb on that is astonishing. I expect it will drop, not to the 24,000 level. I don't think it's going to go anywhere near that, but it will drop from what it is right now, because investors that do this every day, traders that buy and sell every day, they have like a limit. If they get to like 10% profit or 15% profit or some, whatever their target profit margin is, as soon as they hit that target, they will sell. Hence the price going down, because when people sell, the price goes down. So I'm not sure when it's going to stop before it dips, but it will dip. It might be before Christmas, because you want to take your profits just before Christmas, have a good Christmas. It's quite a common thing, not so much in the stock market anymore, but crypto is a very young market, so that still could be the case. So just bear that in mind. The next subject I want to mention is banks specifically have been stopping me buying. I've been going on Bitcoin.com. I've been using my Monzo account, my Nationwide account. Every time I try and buy more crypto at the moment, I am being, not saying blocked, it just won't go through. And this is very dodgy. I mean, it's very annoying, because for months now I've been trying to buy more, especially back in July. And every time it was just failing. So I'd keep an eye on it. I said I wouldn't say now is the best time to buy. I think I'd wait for this dip, because it's gone up steeply. So if you're asking me if you should buy now, I'd say no. Wait until it dips a bit, because if your tolerance for losses and your time frame is a lot shorter than mine, if that mine's 5 to 10 years, but if yours is like 1 to 2 months, absolutely do not buy now. Okay. Right, and there's a subject I haven't covered yet, which I thought I had over my videos, but I'll mention it now. It's a thing called the government put. This is what traders call it. When the government print a ton of money, put TVs in. I mean, I'm sure I've mentioned that before. Well, I've mentioned it quite a lot actually, because it does drive the markets. And basically, whenever the government print a ton of money, like for COVID, like for other stuff, that money goes to the markets first, the big corporations first. But I'm not saying it's not all the corporations, it's the big ones, the real, I mean, like the likes of Walmart and McDonald's, and the really massive companies, and the energy companies as well. They are the ones that seem to receive this money first, just because they are the ones who are generating the most capital and generating the most income. So if there's extra currency spilling around, which there is after quantitative easing, that's the whole kind of point of it, these companies seem to get it first, or they get the benefits first. So if you see that the government is about to print a ton of money, or they have done, it's not instantaneous. I mean, they get the money, but it doesn't affect the market straight away. So if you think, oh, right, they're going to get a ton of money, honestly, this is where inflation comes in as well. That's the time you want to get in. As soon as they make the announcement, that's when you want to buy. And then you'll notice there's always going to be a spike, because everyone that knows this buys at the time, and then there's a spike. Obviously, the short-term traders will take their profit during that spike if they were in early enough. But if you're like me and you're in the long run, then just hold on. I mean, it's a good time to buy, because eventually that money will come into circulation and come into their stock price or their profits. So after 2 or 3 years, generally, I'll say about 2 years generally, from that announcement, it starts to affect the stock price. Like look at with COVID. I've got some using my money because I might demonetize it, they might cut this video. But during that crisis, and they said a third of the currency that's ever been in existence. And now we've got a rampant inflation because it's all that extra cash that they printed getting into circulation and getting to the likes of you and me. And they're saying about, I mean, people that don't understand inflation, it drives me nuts, you know, because the news, they're always trying to say, oh, look, something's going over here when something's happening over here, you know. I don't think that me and my subscribers are smart enough to not be fooled by this. But if you're investing and you hear that they're going to be printing more money, you're doing more quantitative easing, and you want to invest in the big blue chip companies and the energy companies, that's probably one of the best times to do it, because you're almost not guaranteeing it, but you're giving yourself a healthy chance of making a profit. Again, this is what I do, and this is what I think. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying I've done my research and this is what I've found. So don't take this as investing advice because I'm not a professional financial advisor. But from what I can see from my investments, and I'm a very cautious investor indeed. That's what I think they call me, a contrarian investor. That's how cautious I am. But I don't want you losing money if you do take my advice. But again, I'm not a financial advisor, so if you try and sue me, it won't fall through. But again, I've got 7 subscribers and you're all friends, and I thank you very much for watching my videos. Right, I'll just talk about future possibilities. What's going to be happening in the future. Right, the Bitcoin halving. It looks like it's going to be around between April and June next year. Again, people say the price is obviously going up now, and the price will go up towards it, but it will not peak at the halving. There's a delay. I mean, the last halving, I think the peak was like 9 months or 12 months after the halving. You've got to be patient, and you're never gonna pick it. You're never gonna get it right at the exact high. If you are looking to sell at the next high or near the next high, just have a figure in your head that you're aiming for. And if the market does start to tank after, say, 9 to 12 months after the halving, and it starts going down again, you know, like significant amounts, something like 5 and 10%, which in Bitcoin isn't that much, but if it starts to do that, you've got to be aware. All right, if your tolerance for these rises and falls is quite soft, then I recommend that instead it looks like we're near the all-time high, don't try and time it to the all-time high, just get near it, and then you will get healthy profits from this point at least. All these ETFs, I'm constantly seeing on X and on Facebook and on Instagram about Bitcoin ETFs. People have got to realise if you don't hold it, you don't own it. An ETF is not Bitcoin itself. It's a contract based on the price. You don't actually own a Bitcoin if you don't have it in a hard wallet or even on an exchange, which I said I think is risky as it is with FTX collapsing and all those things. So my safest advice for your crypto: ignore these ETFs. Don't buy any of these ETFs. Yes, the price will go up. I mean, it's going to influence the price because it's going to give it a lot more exposure. But if you own an ETF, you do not own the crypto. I can't be clearer on that. You've got to do what we do now: go through the exchanges, get it on your hard or your cold wallet off the exchanges. You hold it, you own it, keep it safe. Then you can't go wrong. Okay. So all these ETFs, yes, eventually they're going to say yes. They will eventually, because there's a lot of money to be made in it, and Wall Street just want to make money. They don't care if they do it fraudulently or not. So, but I don't recommend you buying them. Do it the old way still. You know, it's good because it'll give a lot more exposure. We've seen it in the news a lot more. We'll be on all of Bloomberg a lot more. But if I were you, do not buy the ETFs. Just buy the real thing. Yeah, future movements. I said it's going to go up. It will go up. I said the halving, it's just built into the algorithm. Less supply demand. You know, and every halving we seem to get a lot more news coverage, and that does affect. More people are aware of it, but then they're like, oh, I'm going to go buy now. You know, and the price is going to be at 64,000, and we've bought it 24,000, 20,000, 15,000. If you look, like I said, I was lucky I bought it 9. It wasn't a full Bitcoin though, bear in mind. But either way, it was a good time to get in. So these are the people that are going to be crying when they lose their money when the price dips down to 44,000 and 30,000. We're weathered to all this. We don't really care. You know, I'm in it for the long run. So, but again, the market will go up, it will go down, depending on what point you got in. Depends on where your risk is. Again, if you've got low tolerance to high fluctuations and you're in it for the short term, crypto probably isn't your best investment, because if you time it wrong, you lose all your money. So don't do it. Last point: stay strong. I'll try and do videos a bit more often. So I'm new job, and I'm just trying to manage my time. And I'm a big darts practicer, and trying to learn as an artist, and trying to fit everything in, and live and do all your normal daily stuff can be a push at times. But I will try and just give my opinion, because sometimes I don't realise that with my 7 years or more of actual being in the markets and 10 years of being interested in the markets, when I see these prices go up and down on the news, and I don't react to hardly any of it now. I mean, I'm completely immune. I know what matters and what doesn't matter, just because of my experience. I mean, that's not me being arrogant. That's just because this is like a hobby. I'm a keen. It's a hobby, but you know, if it makes me money, great. You know, hopefully it'll pay my house off. That's what I want it to do. I mean, I've not been the best with me with me properties in the future. Like in the past, buying flats, and my personal life has been a bit up and down in that way. But now it's settling. I want to make sure that by the time I'm 65, I don't have a mortgage. So I got to move. I've got to be bold, a little bit bold, and know what I'm doing. So anyway, it's a fun hobby. And again, like and comment below, because I said if I've got blind spots and I haven't mentioned stuff, and you want me to talk about stuff, comment. I will read the comments. I will answer the comments. No one comments. I get loads of views, but no comments. Even if it's negative, I don't mind it. I mean, again, it's my hobby, and I might learn something from you guys. So yeah, so that's it for today. It's a bit longer than normal, but then there was more to talk about because it's been so long. So have a good day, and hopefully I might do one before Christmas, just to see if the price dip that's coming, and I'll be like, I told you, and then we'll go for it from there, and see you later. Okay, bye.